Yes, listen students. So production analysis. So discussing about the law of variable proportions. This is the next topic. So the production function la rendu paathukom one வந்து short run period இன்னொன்னு வந்து long run period. So in case of short run period, some of the variables are remain fixed, only one variable remain changing. So in the short run period, one variable is remain changing, other variables are constant. So அப்படி பார்க்கும்போது அந்த law of variable proportion வந்து அந்த short run period வந்து நம்ம perform execute பண்றோம். So அது வந்து first வந்து table, then diagram and then explanation. So you know the difference between the short run period and the long run period. So in the short run period, one variable is remain changing and the other variables are constant. Whereas in the case of longer period, all variables are changing, no fixed variable. So that is the difference between the short run period and the long run period. So in the short period, only one particular variable is changing and other variables are constant. But in case of longer period, all variables are changing. So the law of variable proportion is illustrated in the short run period, whereas law of return to scale, so that will be explained or illustrated in the long run period, that we will see in the next class. So the short run period, see the table, the production analysis. Labor is one of the variable or factor of production remain changing from 1 to 7. Labor is a variable factor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So the total product, total amount of quantity produced with the help of the variable factor is, if the one variable, 1 unit of labor equal to 2 quintal, for example 2 unit of production, 2 quintal, then if it is 2 units, 2 labor, then 6 quintal, 3, 12, 4, 16, 5, 18, 6, 18 and 7 unit of labor, the total unit is 18, total production is 16. How you are, next column is marginal product. How you write the marginal product? So the difference between the present unit and the subsequent unit. When we adding of one unit of input and what should be the change in the output. So the difference between the present unit and adding of one unit, subsequent unit, what should be the result, what should be the margin. For example, in our case, the unit of labor is 1 unit, the total production is 2, the marginal product is also 2. Suppose the second unit of labor you are replacing in the process, the total production is 6. Then what about marginal product? It is nothing but 6 minus 2 equal to 4. The next case, 12 minus 6 equal to 6. So in such a way, we have to calculate the marginal product. Then, how you calculate average product? So average product is nothing but total product divided by number of unit of labor implemented involving in the manufacturing process. So in our case, 2 unit total production, labor is 1 unit. So 2 divided by 1 equal to 2. 6 unit, 2 unit of labor, 6 divided by 2 equal to 3. 12 units of output and 3 unit of labor. Average production is 4. So like this, you have to prepare the average production. So the first column total production, second column marginal production, and the third column is average production. So this law of variable proportion explains about the 3 stages: first stage, second stage, and third stage. So the first stage consists of the first 3 unit of labor. So in this case, increasing law of return, first, second, third, increasing law of return. Then fourth and fifth unit of labor basically diminishing rate of return. and 6th and 7th unit negative rate of return. You may differentiate that. So increasing law of return, diminishing law of return, and negative law of return, and negative returns. Increasing returns, diminishing returns, and negative returns. Why you classify means the total amount of production is increased at increasing rate of return 2, 6, 12 increasing rate of return. But in case of 4th and 5th unit, the total production has been increasing but not at the increased rate, only the decreased rate. Decreased rate in the sense, see the difference between the 12 and 16. How much? 4 rupees, 4 unit. 16 and 18, how much difference? 2 only increased. See, first unit 2, how much increased? 4 increased. Then 6 increased. Again 4 increased. Again 2 increased. That is why the first, second, third unit of labor will be called as increasing returns. Then 4th and 5th unit is increasing the output in the diminishing return basis, diminishing return scale. And the 6th and 7th one is diminishing or negative returns. For example, the marginal product is increased to 4, 6, then reaches the maximum. After that, decreased slowly, that is gradually decreased 4 to second stage. And the third stage, negative returns 0 and -2. 0 and -2. So that is why the third stage is called as negative returns. So the 4th and 5th is called as diminishing returns. And 1st, 2nd, 3rd increasing returns. So increasing the level of production at increased rate. The second stage, increase the production but at the decreased rate. And the third stage, it is a negative returns. Because in all the 3 levels, the total production reaches the maximum point, that is 18 units. Then it will be reduced to 16, even the additional unit of labor implementing in the manufacturing process. Whereas in the case of marginal product, initially it was 2, at the second stage 2, then goes to 0, then again negative. So likewise the average product also 3.6 in the second stage, 3.6 unit. Then implementing the 6th unit of labor, we get only the 3 unit of average production. Then again involving additional unit, the 7th unit, that day will get only 2.28. That is why the third stage is known as negative returns. This stage diminishing returns and the first stage increasing returns. So now you are very clear about the calculation of total production, marginal production and average production. So unit of labor start from 1 and ends with 7. The total production is increased 2, 6, 8, 12 in the first 3 stages. First 3 unit of labor. And the 4th and 5th unit increasing at a diminishing rate. So in case of 4th unit of labor, see the 4th unit of labor, the average production as well as the marginal production equal. So at the 4th unit of labor, the marginal unit of production as well as the average unit of production is remained equal. Then in case of the 3rd stage, the marginal production goes to 0 and reaches the 0 and 7th unit it will be goes into negative, that is -2. So in case of marginal product and average product in the first stage, the marginal product is higher than the average product. See the first stage. In the first stage, the average product is maximum is 4 and the marginal product is 6. That is, the marginal product is higher than the average product, first stage. In the second stage, 4th unit of labor, the marginal product is equal to average product. Second. And third stage, 3.6, 3 and 2.8. So these total products decreased. and marginal product also decreased. So in case of marginal product goes to negative sign, but in case of average product likely to decrease, but not the negative level, just as the positive one. Here it is -1, but however it is a positive one, 2.2 in a positive one. However, decline the amount of production in the third stage. So here is the diagram based on the table. We have to prepare the diagram. Short-term production analysis. So the y-axis represents that unit of labor, that is variable factors. So see the table 1 to 7. The x-axis represents the variable factor, that is labor. So 1 unit equal to 1 unit. Then in case of 1 unit, y-axis represents total production, marginal production, average production. 1 unit equal to 2 units. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18. So you just put the mark, just a graphical representation. So the total production is 1 unit of labor, 2 units of production. Then 2, 6. So just you apply the table value in the graphical representation. You may get the curve like this. The total production curve to which is the maximum point 18. And the 6th unit of labor 18. So this is 18. And this is also 18. And the 7th unit of labor it come to decreased 16. So the maximum reaches the maximum total production has been reaching the 5th unit of labor. See the table, 5th unit of labor 18 units and 6th unit of labor is also 18 units. Then 7th unit of labor it declined to 16 units. So you connect all the points, you may get the total production line. Then second one, mark out the points in the marginal product. So 1 unit equal to 2 units. 1 unit of labor equal to 2. Like that, you place the marginal product, you will get the marginal product. So total production power. Now marginal production. Marginal production represents 1 unit of labor, 2 unit of production, 2, 4 units, like that. So when you connect all the points, you may get the marginal production curve like this. Then average production curve also draw like this. So one important thing, the marginal product curve as well as the average production curve meet at or intersect in the 4th unit. You see the table value at the 4th unit of labor. At the 4th unit of labor, so the marginal product is also 4, average product is also 4. So when using a 4 unit of labor, the average production and the marginal production is one and the same. So it should be, you should bear in mind while drawing the diagram, you should bear in mind that it should be intersect. The average production curve as well as the marginal production curve intersect at point A, I mean the 4th unit. So that is very careful. Then explanation, increasing rate of return. Before that, x-axis represent the unit of labor, y-axis represent the total production, marginal production and the average production. So already I explained you stage 1, increasing returns. The total product increases at increasing returns. The marginal product and the average product also increases, but the marginal product is higher than the average product. This is the first stage. I repeat once again, increasing returns. Why we call it increasing return means total product increases at increasing returns. The marginal product as well as the average product also increases, but the marginal product is higher than the average product. This is the first stage. In the second stage, diminishing returns. How it is means the total product increases but it is increasing at a decreased rate. That is very important. Decreased rate. Increasing at a decreasing rate. Next one, the marginal product and average product also decreases. See the second stage. So 6, 4, 4, 2, then 4, 3.6. In the second stage, total product, marginal product decreases. 4 வந்து 2 குறைஞ்சிருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி average product 4 வந்து 3.6 குறைஞ்சிருக்கு. So in the second stage, marginal product decreases, average product also decreases. The only thing is total product increases, but only at the decreased rate. So in the second stage, the marginal product equal to average product at the 4th unit of labor. So this is the second stage, diminishing returns. And the third stage, which is known as negative returns. So the total product reaches the maximum point 18 and reducing, declining to reducing to 16 unit. So it is diminishing returns. In marginal return, marginal product also decreases from 0 to -2, and average product also decreased from 3.3 to 2.28. So in the third stage, it is negative returns. Why? Because total product reaches the maximum and started to decline. Even they are implementing additional unit, that is 7 unit of labor, that the maximum product, the total production started to decline or decrease. The marginal product reaches the 0 and to negative also -2. The average product continues to fall, that is from 3 unit to 2.2, but to be a positive one. So the third stage is a negative returns. So first stage increasing return, second stage diminishing returns, and the third stage negative returns. So it is very important 5-mark question. Law of variable proportions. Law of variable proportions illustrated in the short-term period. Short-term period illustrated with the law of variable proportions. So prepare a table like this and draw the graph based on the table value and explain the graph with the help of the following points. So in the next class we will see about longer run period. Longer run period, that is the production function. Longer run period, the law of diminishing returns, law of return to scale. So see the difference between the two laws. This is law of variable proportions, short run period. The next one is long run period, law of return to scale. So in that case, all variables are changing. No variables remain constant. No variable remain constant in the longer period. Every variable, each and every factor separation remain changing in the longer duration. That is why we have to say that law of return to scale. That we will see in the next class.